first stop was in Abuja, where Macron held bilateral talks with President Muhammadu Buhari.
The inter-basin transfer of Lake Chad and the Sahel security, what France is doing, we all know, in trying to stabilize the region, especially in dealing with G5. In our own case, you can all recall when I came to this office, my first port of call was Chad, Niger, Cameroon, and Benin. Our neighbors that happen to be former French colonies. This makes a lot of sense. The best thing is to develop good relationship with your neighbors. It will cost you less in terms of material needed for development. And in this respect, I'm very grateful to France for the support we have been getting.
Being in your country after visiting China, India is being in one of the most emerging countries in the world in economic and demographic terms. And that's why this country is very important to France and very important to me. It's also speaking about a country where the democratic experience is a great example in Africa. Your election in 2015 was one of the best examples of an unexpected election, I have to say, Mr. President, where a lot of people thought everything was written before. Democracy is never written before. I'm as well probably a good example of that. and I do believe that next year will be an incredible occasion to deliver a consistent message to the rest of the world and the rest of Africa. So for me, the bilateral relation is as well a cornerstone of a regional relation, dealing with Nigeria, dealing with ECOWAS and the whole Africa.
After Abuja, Macron flew straight to Lagos, where he visited the Africa Shrine, a nightclub founded by Nigerian music legend Fela Anikulapo Kuti. Macron was already familiar with the venue. Long before he was elected president, he was an intern at the French embassy in Nigeria and visited the shrine during the 6 months he spent in the country. During his return as president, Macron broke all protocols. He did away with his suit, rolled up his sleeves, and walked around the shrine, mixed and mingled with the crowd, and took selfies with people who were excited to meet him in person. The president was particularly effusive in his praise for Karim Olamilekan, an 11-year-old boy who made a drawing of him in under 2 hours.
You are not the one to judge or to decide, especially when you are a French president, what the important place for African culture is. This is. And this is the shrine when you speak about music, when you speak about this discussion, when you speak about this kind of exhibitions. And I do believe that we have to build together a new common narrative.
Yes.
And this new common narrative is not based on what is important for European, but is what is important for African about their culture. And how they want to build their culture, how they want to explain their culture, how they want to promote their culture, and which places are important for them for their culture. And being here is just to recognize the fact that I do respect this view. Yes. This place is important for African culture. This is why I'm here.
The French president also enjoyed musical performances by top Nigerian stars.
Listen, if you like me, go buy me Ferrari. If you like me, go pay me salary. Soup sweet in the morning, they cook. If you want it, you go spend it to chop on me. Because I love you, no be mouth, oh. Love no be for mouth, oh. Found an angel of life. You always see the best in me. It's on the mandome, you know. Tell me you can count on me. Yeah, me can tell me. Oh, I got you when you got me. Na pula no be and now you good day. Oh, Bukina no me you good day. Sipsela mulema you good day. Hey, yeah, you good day. Morning, show any best, show any best. Bawo lo seri o bobo. Show any best, Baba no seri o baby. Oh, wabe, wabe. Both no wabe. Let's see, go wabe say. Oh, wabe, wabe. Oh, wabe, wabe.
The high point was the electrifying performance by Afrobeat maestro and Fela's son Femi Kuti. It was only a matter of time before Macron jumped on stage to dance to the pulsating music.
Say him go succeed in the show. Now so him go. One people, one people, one war, one war, one war. President Macron. One people, one world, one world, one people. My brother, hey, thank you so much, President Macron. Yeah. One people, ah, da, 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 da. One world, one people. Thank you, everybody. We love you all. Take care of yourselves. Drive home safe. Be good. Yes.
Away from the shrine, on day 2 of his visit, it was time to develop the young minds of entrepreneurs of the Tony Ilumelu Foundation, where he spoke on the need for innovation and creativity among the youths so that they could build enduring businesses that could outlast them.
And these young people, this new generation, has a lot of responsibility and opportunities to build. And indeed, what I want to build with you is this new narrative you mentioned. I mean, it's obviously to work from a political point of view on all these security and defense issues which are absolutely critical to Africa. But as well to build through entrepreneurship, economy, digital, culture, sports. The second one is that entrepreneurship and innovation is part of the answer. It's part of the answer because that's the best way to access to responsibility and to change everything when you are young and you want to do it. Innovation is just about change. Smart people, when they are in charge, are obsessed by innovation because they want to reinvent themselves. But new people, young people, should be obsessed by innovation because this is the way to access. This is the only way when you're not a player, not an insider, to enter into the game and to succeed. To disrupt the insider, to become part of the game. Innovation is just about how to invent or reinvent something which can succeed, make your life better and the life of your family and people around you better. And I mean, there is no cap for innovation, except the one you have in your mind. There is no cap. Innovation is just precisely all about how to create and at the same time to destroy past activities when it doesn't make sense. But how to create new things, new perspectives, and provide new opportunity to young people. I mean, if I'm here today, it's just because I wanted to change a lot of things and I decided to innovate and take my risk in political life. I never asked for the permission to do so. When people get access to jobs, to better life, I mean, the political life is totally different because the whole society is much more inclusive. And it's part of this African success. That's why we launched another initiative for African private sector, which is the fact that we decided to invest €1 billion, which means 500 billion naira under your control, in the African private sector through the French Development Agency.
Indeed, the visit of Emmanuel Macron will linger in the memory of many Nigerians who witnessed the visit. Odiai, Arise News.